All right, let's tackle that Monday Night Football game back here with Brady Quinn and Pete Prisco. So the number's 2.5. There are threes out there in the market with a total of 45.5. Pete, I'm going to start with you because I took Dallas, and many people in the betting market teased Dallas down to just 1 point. All they had to do was beat the Commanders, and they weren't able to do that, so a lot of teaser bets went pew. So people are hesitant to back Dallas on the road against the team, which Chris Hassel alluded to. They struggle against Tom Brady as a Buck. So why are you taking the 2.5 here?
Well, I think that game, you could talk all you want about. They knew what the Eagles were. If the Eagles might lose, they could get the number 1 seed. I mean, the top seed and win that division. But here's what happened. They knew the Giants weren't playing anybody. So deep down in the back of their mind, they knew the game didn't matter. The Eagles were going to win their game.
Why did the Cowboys play the starters?
That I don't understand. That I don't understand. And they played him and exposed him because Dak Prescott was terrible in that game.
That might have been his worst game of the year.
It was awful. It was awful. But here's why they're going to win this game. They haven't won a road playoff game since 1992. They haven't won a road playoff game in the blue jerseys, the dark jerseys, which they'll be wearing, since Roger Staubach was playing. Think about that. That's incredible. But they'll win this game because their defensive line will get after Tom Brady. The one thing that Brady has, and any quarterback, but particularly Brady, if you go back and look at his playoff history, the teams that beat him, the Giants in the Super Bowl,
knock him down.
The Jets, they knock him down, and they make him jumpy. And he starts to see those ghosts, and he's ducking and bobbing and weaving. That's what the Cowboys will do. I'm worried about the offensive line of the of the Bucks. I think they're going to cause problems with their pass rush, and Brady is going to have a rough day. I like the Cowboys to win this game.
There's no doubt about it. I think that would be the most decisive mismatch between these two teams and how they match up versus one another. Now, Brady does get back Ryan Jensen at center. That should help solidify at least the interior of the pocket.
Hasn't played all year, though.
He hasn't played all year, but he's played a lot of football in his career. I think he'll be okay. And if you've got at least the interior of the pocket solidified, Brady does a good job if anyone is stepping up into it. And you can handle the edges with tight ends, with running back chips, sliding one way to give a little extra help too. Now, again, Dan Quinn's one of the better D coordinators. He can scheme some things up. And the counter to that is getting the ball out of Brady's hands quick. And that's something he's done the entire season.
Best in the league.
He's the best in the league at it. So you better believe they're going to try to tire out that front, a lot of quick passes, screens, things quick to the outside. And we'll see then how the Dallas Cowboys secondary matches up with the Tampa Bay Bucks. This was one of the toughest picks for me because, look, the Bucks haven't been a good team all year. I mean, bottom line, they haven't been a good team all year. They did win 2 out of the last 3. The last game versus the Falcons, they're playing their starters, probably didn't really need to. And they looked fine when they're in there early. So I probably wanted to keep their rhythm. I just can't bet against Tom Brady. I mean, the bottom line is he's getting, 2.5 points here at home. I'm going to take the 2.5 points. I'm going to be on the side of Tom Brady here. And some of the woes that Dallas has faced on the road, it's hard to pick that team based on how they looked versus Washington and even points in time throughout the season. So I'm taking the 2.5 points here. It's really just more of a bet on Tom Brady at this point in time. In the playoffs, given the fact that, again, 35-12. That's his record in the playoffs.
A lot of those 12 were when he got hit in the mouth a bunch. So
then that's fine. It's a great point. But there's 35 wins, too,
I get it,
that are right there, too, staring you in the face.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.